The viewers of the channel should recollect my research videos on Mahabharata. The Mahabharata happened in South India as a war between the Pandyas of Tamarabarni Delta region and the 101 Kurava kings of Kollam, Alappuzha, Pathanamthitta districts of present-day Kerala state over the conversion of Delta forest land into agricultural lands. Saguni came from Kasa region as a trader trading amber, and he married his sister Gandhari to Dhritarashtra to secure his iron smelting factory at Pahuttiswaram of present-day Kerala. Saguni's mission was to destroy the Pandyas, who were the descendants of Ravana, and also the Kauravas of Kerala, represented by Dhritarashtra. There was a huge loss of life from both sides in that great war called Mahabharata. Unexpectedly for him, Saguni was also killed in that war. According to Sanskrit version of Mahabharata itself, Saguni played a villain character not only for the Pandyas but also the Kauravas. It is very surprising that even though Western Ghats mountain Kauravas helped Rama in the Ramayana war, the Jews intended to destroy the Kauravas of Western Ghats mountain themselves during the Mahabharata war. The original reason that Saguni wanted to thanklessly destroy the Kauravas of Western Ghats was to take over that land for the Jews so that the Khazarian Jews could move en masse to the Western Ghats. They considered Western Ghats as God's own country and the gods being the Jews themselves. That is why they call India and Lanka as Eden Garden. Their constant longing for the past 7,500 years is that they want to destroy the natives of India and Lanka, just like what they have been doing to Palestine, and take over the Indian subcontinent as their own. Israel is only the temporary nation to carry out their sinister plans. Hence, their eyes are permanently set on the Indian subcontinent, their Eden Garden. This fact has to be understood by all the people of India. We know that Rama was killed in Ramayana war, even though the Brahmins twisted the truth and created Sanskrit Ramayana, projecting Rama as a winner and god. They also made Parasurama, the Udupi Jew, as a god who, as Kalapirar, invaded and destroyed Madurai during 3rd century AD. Notwithstanding these facts, I was of the opinion that they could have made Saguni also a god. In Kamal Haasan's Alavandan Tamil movie, which was remade in Hindi as Abhay, the Nandakumara character would sing, "Half god, half animal, mixed birth I am." Taking cue from his film and realizing that Kamal is the modern Saguni for the Tamils, I surmised that Narasimha avatar could be Saguni, as lion is the animal that represents Jews. I then studied Narasimha Avatar Purana only to discover that Saguni was indeed Narasimha Avatar. This emboldened me to suspect that all of the 10 avatars should represent the historical Jewish personages only. I then studied all the 10 avatar stories only to discover the shocking truth that most of them have many layers of meaning and that they all represent the forefathers of the Jews in their viewpoint. The seemingly Indian gods like Krishna and Balarama are not what they are portrayed to be, and they represent only the Jewish personalities in encoded form. Thus, what the Indian Jews, aka the Brahmins, have done is to make us, the Indians, to worship their forefathers. It displays the dirty mentality of the Jews. In this video, I would establish that Narasimha Avatar actually represents Saguni. Sage Kashyapa and his wife Diti bore 2 Asura sons, Hiranyaksha and Hiranyakashipu. Kashyapa actually refers to Shiva, who invented iron smelting. Kaichu or Kasu means smelting and Appa means forefather. Kashyapa means the forefather who first smelted iron. It was nothing but Shiva, the inventor of iron smelting, and this technology is what was in the original Ruk Veda, the Uruk Vedam. Originally, Veda meant science only and not any spiritual matter. As Shiva was a smelter, the name of the place where Shivan temple is situated is called Kasi. Kashyapa's metaphoric wife Diti actually means fire. Ti means fire in Tamil and Diti too means the same. One can smelt iron only with the help of fire, and hence Kashyapa's metaphoric wife was fire, the Diti, according to the Jewish story spinners. Shiva was a mountain Kaurava, and so were Ravana and Dhritarashtra, who were the descendants of Shiva. Hiranyaksha represents Ravana of Ramayana, and Hiranyakashipu represents Dhritarashtra of Mahabharata. We would now work on the etymology of these names. The word iron originated from Eson, as is shown here in the etymological pages, and we know that Eson, the Shiva, discovered iron by smelting 20,000 years ago. Trishul was fabricated using iron by Shiva himself. Hence, iron was originally called by the name of the discoverer, the Eson. By a linguistic process called rhotacism, the name Eson deformed to Iran or Iran. It is from Iran that Tamil words Irai, Iraivan or Irayanar etc. originated, which refer to Shiva. The Tamil words Irumbu, Irai, Iraichi, Irappu etc. originated from Iran, that is Eson. Shiva was a hunter who hunted with iron, which he discovered. Hence, the Tamil word Iraivan actually means Shiva, the smelter of iron. It is this word Iran which deformed as Hiran. This word means both Shiva and iron. The word Yaksha means the mountain people. Hence, Hiran Yaksha means the mountain people who are the descendants of Shiva, or the mountain people who smelted iron. And it is either referred to Ravana or his descendants, the Lankan Kauravas, called also as Pandyas later. However, as Ravana the Hiranyaksha was destroyed by Rama, according to Sanskrit Ramayana, which is the opposite of truth, the Hiranyaksha of later period actually represent the Pandya kings of Lanka who ruled Lanka during the Gupta period. The Pandya clan originated from the Kandi mountain Kauravas of Lanka that might have started with Kubera and followed by Ravana family. Hiranyaksha was the common name of the Lankan descendants of Shiva, and they were destroyed by Varaha avatar not once but many times, as we are going to see in the next English video. We would now consider the etymology of Hiranyakashipu. Dhritarashtra smelted iron, which was taken over by Saguni as a marriage gift by marrying his sister Gandhari to Dhritarashtra. To record this fact, Dhritarashtra was called Hiranyakashipu, where Kashipu means smelter, proving that Dhritarashtra owned a smelting factory. We have already proved that Hiranya meant Shiva, and hence Hiranyakashipu means the iron smelting descendants of Shiva. Unlike Hiranyaksha, Hiranyakashipu refers only to Dhritarashtra. It was this Hiranyakashipu who was killed by Narasimha avatar. With this introduction, we shall now discuss the story of Hiranyakashipu. According to the mythology, Hiranyakashipu was a Sura who went to do penance, praying to Brahma. He did penance for many years, and Brahma appeared before him to offer the boons. Hiranyakashipu pleaded to Brahma that he should not be defeated by anybody and that he should not die. Brahma says that no one shall escape death. Then Hiranyakashipu asks the following boons from Brahma. 1. I shall not be slain either within my palace or outside my palace. 2. I shall not be killed either on the ground or on the skies. 3. I shall not be killed either in the daytime or in the night time. 4. I shall not be killed either by a human or by a beast. 5. I shall not be killed using any weapon. Brahma granted these boons to Hiranyakashipu. Following the boons from Brahma, he became a tyrant king who terrorized all the lokas. Anticipating this scenario, Vishnu made Kayadu, the wife of Hiranyakashipu, to conceive Prahalada, so that by the time Hiranyakashipu returns with the boons from Brahma, Prahalada would be a boy of 8 years old. Due to preachings from Narada, right from the Prahalada's time in the womb, Prahalada grew to be a Vishnu devotee. Hiranyakashipu says that he alone is a worshipable god, not Vishnu. As Prahalada sticks to Vishnu worship, and all the punishment that he meted out to Prahalada could not reform or destroy Prahalada. Hiranyakashipu then asked Prahalada where his god Vishnu was. Prahalada says everywhere, including this pillar. Hiranyakashipu then hits the pillar with his mace, and Narasimha avatar emerges from the pillar and kills Hiranyakashipu in a way not violating the boons that Hiranyakashipu got from Brahma. This is the story in a nutshell. I said that all the 10 avatars were created to glorify the prominent historical forefathers of the Jews. In this way, Narasimha avatar represents Saguni, who came to destroy both the Pandyas and the Kauravas through Mahabarata war. The Jews think that they are godlike but possess animal mentality. They are aware of this reality, and as lion is the identity of the Jews, half lion and a half man form known as Narasimha was created by the Indian Jews themselves to represent Saguni. By proving that Krishna is Prahalada and Dhritarashtra is Hiranyakashipu, it would invariably be proved that Saguni is Narasimha. We shall first prove that Krishna is indeed portrayed as Prahalada in this mythology. Krishna, who was technically neutral in the Mahabharata war, was actually responsible for the defeat of the Kauravas, whom Dhritarashtra represents. As a parallel, Prahalada was responsible for the death of Hiranyakashipu. The Brahmins portrayed Krishna as a Vaishnavite, and Prahalada was also a Vaishnavite. This apart, etymologically also, Prahalada means Krishna. Virahanadan, Pirahaladan. The Tamil word Viraham is related to lust. Nadan means leader or king. Hence, Virahanadan means king of lust. We know that Brahmins portrayed Krishna as a womanizer to denigrate him. As an example, the Ayar clan Krishna possessed 16,000 cows. This fact was distorted by the Brahmins, showing that Krishna possessed 16,000 concubines, thus denigrating him. Thus, Krishna was portrayed as king of lust by the Brahmins as Virahanadan, and its deformed form sounds as Prahaladan. Thus, we have established through etymology also that Prahaladan means Krishna. We have already established that Kashipu means smelting, and that is one of the points to prove that Hiranyakashipu was Dhritarashtra. In addition to that, the 5 boons that Hiranyakashipu obtained from Brahma were meant to point to Dhritarashtra in the encoded form. We shall now consider these 5 boons. The first boon is that Hiranyakashipu would neither be killed inside the palace nor outside the palace. Look at the typical temples of Kauravas, which are nothing but the tombs for their forefathers. There is an altar, and it is enclosed by either a fence or a parapet wall. There is neither a roof nor the enclosing walls for these temples. Hence, you can't call any point in this temple either as inside or outside, as they are just open temples. As this would be the typical residence of the Hiranyakashipu after his death, this is what is actually being referred to in the first boon. The second boon was an assurance that he would not be killed either on the ground or in the sky. This boon is to suggest that Hiranyakashipu lived on the mountains, as mountain is neither the ground nor the sky. It obviously points to Dhritarashtra, who lived on the western Ghat mountains of Kerala. The third boon says that Hiranyakashipu would be killed neither in the daytime nor in the night time, and accordingly it is said that he was killed when the sun was setting. But correct conformity happens only on the western mountains when the sun sets. Evening times are associated with the western mountain range in general. Al plus Ti, Alti, Anti, Andi. Al means hiding, Ti means fire directly, and sun suggestively. Hence, Andi means the time period referring to the hiding of the sun behind the mountains. That is how the western mountain range in South America is called Andes mountain range. Andes mountain range is nothing but Andi mountain range. Thus, when the eastern side of the western mountain range encounters darkness, the top of the mountain region still enjoys the sun rays, and hence it is daytime. Hence, when the sun is setting, it is night time according to the ground region, while it is still daytime on the western mountains, and hence this time shall not be collectively defined either as day or as night. Hence, it says that Hiranyakashipu, belonging to the western mountains, was killed during sunset, which was neither day nor night. Thus, Hiranyakashipu actually means Dhritarashtra, who belonged to the Western Ghats mountain range. The fourth boon was that Hiranyakashipu would not be killed either by a man or by a beast. As a Jew is a half human and half animal, according to their own understanding, Hiranyakashipu shall be killed by a Jew without violating the boon. Obviously, it points to Mahabarata Saguni, who was responsible for the decimation of Kaurava race and hence Dhritarashtra. As lion is the animal that represents Jews, Narasimha avatar represents Saguni, the Jew of Mahabharata. The fifth boon was that Hiranyakashipu would not be killed using a weapon. That's why he was killed by Narasimha using his fingers and nails without a weapon. Actually, the decimation of Kaurava race originated from the dice game, which is usually played with the fingers of the hands. Saguni defeated Pandyas in the dice game, and that ultimately led to the Mahabharata war, which led to the decimation of the Kauravas and hence Dhritarashtra. Hence, Saguni decimated Kaurava race with his fingers, and hence Narasimha, who decimated Hiranyakashipu using his fingers, represents Saguni. Thus, all these five boons were meant to identify Dhritarashtra in encoded form. Thus, by proving that Hiranyakashipu was Dhritarashtra and Prahladan was Krishna, we infer that Narasimha avatar was Saguni. Naran means human and Simha means lion, and hence Narasimha means half man and half beast. There is still another proof to show that Narasimha avatar is Saguni. The English word villain originated from Dhanusu, which is called will in Tamil. Villain means possessor of Dhanusu, and this led to the word villain, and it means evil doer. We know that Saguni was a villain. The villains who befriend and stay with their enemy themselves while plotting the destruction is termed in Tamil as Aha plus villain, Ahavillan, Ahabillan, Ahabillam, Ahobilam. Here, Aham means within, and hence Ahavillan means the villain of a community who is living as part of the community. Saguni was that. That is why the root temple for Narasimha avatar is situated at Ahobilam, the name of which was derived from Saguni. This place is situated in Andhra Pradesh on the eastern Ghats mountain range, while the temples are facing the west. It was specifically not constructed in Kerala to prevent easy identification of Narasimha as Saguni. Thus, we have established that Narasimha avatar represents Saguni without an iota of doubt.